So let us start our discussion on balance of payment. So see a country premises on which balance of payment is based that we have already discussed. Let us have a brief recap of on what premises the concept of balance of payment is based. See, a country has to deal with other countries. So obviously, every country has to deal with other countries in respect of the following. So every country has to deal with another country for these following things, that is for physical goods or for services, or there may be capital transactions also between the two countries. Okay, so mainly every country is dependent on other country for the goods and services, because we all know that every country cannot be self-sufficient with themselves. So for one or the other thing they will have to depend on other countries. Okay, like one country may be good in producing some type of goods, especially agricultural products, you can say. Other country may be good in producing another product. So there should be exchange, no, of goods. Similarly, some countries are very expert in providing services, especially India, you can say. India is a very good having experts. So India is looked by other countries for their services. Okay, so there will be always a transaction taking place between two different countries. Okay, okay, one country will have to deal with many countries for goods or services, or there can be capital receipts and capital payments also. So basically, these are the foreign transactions, you can say, between one country to between one country and another country. So this is the premises on which the concept of balance of payment is made. Because when there is a transaction, economic transaction between one country and another country, it has to be reported. No? So that report or statement is called as balance of payment. So what is balance of payment? Balance of payment is nothing but a systematic record. It is a statement of all which transaction, economic transaction, those transactions which can be recorded in money terms, monetary terms, between whom that transaction will take place, between residents of the reporting country and residents of the foreign country. Okay, so if India is preparing the balance of payment, that balance of payment will be containing the record, systematic statement of all economic transaction which is taking between the residents of India and residents of foreign country, other countries during a given period of time. So this is the concept of balance of payment. So who has given this definition? Kindleberger has given this definition. So it is what a double entry system of record of all economic transaction between residents of the country and rest of the world. Okay, so this is the concept. So balance of payment is nothing but a systematic statement of all economic transactions which is taking place between the residents of India and other countries' resident. Reserve Bank of India has also given a definition of balance of payment. So we will read that definition also. See, balance of payment is what, as given by Reserve Bank of India, of a country is a systematic record. Again, they are saying it is a systematic record only of what, all economic transaction. Very important. So all those transactions which can be measured in monetary terms between whom residents of India, okay, from point of view of India, it will be resident of India and rest of the world. So whatever a transaction is taking place between India and other country, that will be recorded in this statement, systematic record. That record is known as balance of payment. So it will record what, it presents a classified record, that is a detailed systematic record of what receipts, okay, on export of goods and services, and capital receipts and payments for import of goods and services, and capital transfer to non-resident or foreigners. So it will be a two-way record. Receipts will be there, and simultaneously payments will also be recorded, and a balance will be calculated, which will give the deficit or surplus of foreign exchange in India. So there will be deficit or a surplus. It will be shown by the balance of payment. Position will give you either a deficit of foreign currency or a foreign reserves or surplus of a foreign reserves. So what are the features of balance of payment? See, it is a systematic record. First thing, it is a systematic. It will record all the economic transaction between one country and the rest of the world. Okay, it will include all transactions. Visible, that is goods, and invisible means services. So it will record all the transaction which is economic in nature, that is which is monetary in nature. Okay, it relates to a certain period of time. Generally, it is annual statement. It will be prepared every year. It is an annual statement, and it is a double entry system. Bookkeeping means receipts and payment will be there. Both will be there. That is, credit side will be there and debit side will be there. You have learned in your accounts, no? That receipts are recorded on the credit side and payments on the debit side. That's why balance of payment is also double entry system of bookkeeping system. Okay, there will be receipts and there will be payments also recorded in balance of payment. So what are the features? Let us recap it. System. It is a systematic record of all economic transaction between residents of one country and rest of the world other country. Both goods visible and services invisible items will be recorded in balance of payment. Both goods and services will be recorded. It is normally for a period of time. Nor generally it is annual. So 12 months it will be prepared for a 12 months annual. It is a double entry system of bookkeeping is there. Means there for a credit there will be a debit, that is receipts and payment will be recorded. So that's why you can call it as a double entry system of bookkeeping. We will try to understand some of the terms associated with balance of payment. First is balance of trade. Balance of trade. What is a balance of trade? Balance of trade is a difference between countries' import and export. So, difference between countries' import and export is known as balance of trade. So, in MCQ it can come. Difference between countries' import and export is known as dash. So, it is a balance of trade, and it is the largest component of countries' balance of trade. So, what is the difference between the imports and exports? Suppose import is 1,000, a country's import during the year is 1,000, and export is 1,500, for example. So, the difference 500 will be known as balance of trade. So, you know that every country will be having export and import transaction. Whatever is surplus will be exported to other countries, requiring countries, and whatever is required that will be imported by India. So, a difference between export, E minus X, X means import, will be giving you the balance of trade position. Okay, by looking at the balance of trade, you can come to know your export surplus or import surplus. Okay. So if your export is more, it is good for the country because you will be receiving foreign currency. On the other hand, opposite, if your X is more, that is import is more, you will be having a deficit in balance of trade. Okay, which is not that much good for the country. So balance of trade is what a difference between countries import and export is balance of trade. See, this is how balance of payment will look. Receipts and payments, debits. Receipts are credits and payment is debit. So first export of goods, receipt for the country, import payment rate. So difference between is trade account balance. That is balance of trade. Just now we have discussed now what is balance of trade. Difference between the countries exports and imports. E minus X. E means export and X means imports. Okay. So this is also you can call it as visible items. Okay, export goods are visible. So this you can trade account will give you the difference between export and import of visible items. So export and import of goods, it will give you the balance of trade position. Okay. So difference between countries import and export is balance of trade. First, we will understand the various components of balance of payment. What are the components or how is the structure of the balance of payment of any country? So how is the balance of payment of any country? So there will be current account, then capital account transaction will be there, reserve account will be there, and errors and omission will be there. So if you want to see the structure, you can refer this. See, first four items in credit and debits, payment, receipts and payment. This is known as current account transactions. Current account transaction means those transactions which are related to goods, import, export of goods, services, etc., which are current in nature, like export of goods, import of goods, export of services, import of services. Now, if a country will give loan to other countries, etc., okay, then interest payment will be received by it. Then, if investments are made outside India, then profit, dividend, etc., will be received. No? So this will be coming under current account transactions. So similarly, if amount is borrowed, then interest payment will be there. Dividends, if a foreign arm has made investment in India, then dividends will be paid. Okay, so these will be coming under the payment side. Then there will be some unilateral receipts. Like if your relatives are staying outside India, so they will send money, to people staying in India, their relatives. So that will come under unilateral receipts. Similarly, if you want to send money outside India to your relatives, friends, etc. Okay, so if some relative has gone outside India for some studying purposes, then you will make the payments from here. So that is all classified as unilateral payments. Okay, so there will be unilateral receipts also. If some family member, etc., is working outside India, so they will send money to their family members in India. So that will be unilateral receipts. Similarly, if your family member has gone outside India for education purpose, etc., then you will send payments from here for their education purpose, etc. So that will be unilateral payments. So all these are current in nature. Sir. Okay. So difference between this four items which are current in nature, it is what is a current account balance. Okay. 1 to 4 are current in nature. If you will see, there will be regular frequency will also be here. Okay, import export of goods service is a regular feature between country. Interest receipt, interest payment, then unilateral receipts and payments will be there definitely. So these are all a regular feature will be there. So these are current account transaction, and current account transaction is given in the Foreign Exchange Management Act If you want to see the definition of current account, you can refer the Foreign Exchange Management Act also. So these items of receipts and payments, that is the first four items, are current in nature. Okay, so that's why balance difference between these four items, side debit minus credit, will give you current account balance. Okay, so this will give you a current account balance. Then if you will see the next three items, foreign investments, that is investment coming from outside India to India, it will be a capital receipts. Investment made by residents of India outside will be investment made abroad, which will be outflow. Then borrowings is a capital item. Lending, if you are lending outside India, so this will come under the outflow debits. And medium and long term borrowings. Okay, so here lending will be coming. So all these three items you can say they are capital in nature. Okay, means the here if you will see regularity will not be there. Investment will not be made. It will be not frequent that much like the current account transactions. Okay, borrowing will not be frequency will not be there. So such type of items or a lending will not be that frequent. So these three items which will affect the capital liability of an individual will be coming known as a capital account transaction, and this difference will be known as capital account balance. Okay, the difference between the capital account transaction will give you the capital account balance. Okay, now see, since balance of payment is such a big statement which will record transactions of lakhs of persons, no? So there will be some error and omission will be there definitely. Okay, because balance of payment record that foreign transactions of the residents of the country with another residents of country. So imagine the size of the transactions. So definitely there will be some error and omission. So you can adjust that factor. Then you will get the capital account balance. And after that you will get the change in reserves. So if it is a plus, it is a good for the country. So you can say it is a surplus. Means during the year India has earned a surplus in foreign exchange. Okay, if credit side is more, that is receipt is more than the payment, you will get the surplus, or you can get a deficit. And at last it will be tally total receipts minus total payment. So this is how the balance of payment will look like. First, there will be current account transaction, then there will be capital account transaction, then you will adjust for the errors and omission, then you will get the difference position, then automatically total receipts and total payment will be tallied. See, current account balance. Let us discuss what is current account balance. Current account is a statement of actual receipts and payment in short period. Okay, like export, import. Okay, so these are all sh- receipts and payment in short period of time. No? So this will be coming under current account side. So what current account will include? See, we have already discussed. Current account will include the export, import of services, interest, profits, dividend, unilateral receipts, payment, etc. So here we have seen these first four items are current current in nature. Next is what? Capital account. Capital account transactions are those transactions which will involve resident of a country changing either his asset with his liability to a resident of another country. So, what is a capital account transaction? If you will read the section 2, subsection E of Foreign Exchange Management Act, they have given a good definition of capital account transaction. What is a capital account transaction? See, capital account transaction means a transaction which alters the assets or liabilities, including the contingent liability outside India of a person resident in India, or assets or liabilities in India of a person resident outside India. So, if a transaction is altering a person's assets or liabilities, then it will be a capital transaction. Okay, but which liability should alter? It should alter the asset or liability outside India of a person resident in India. Okay, so you are a person resident in India. So if it is altering your asset or liability outside India, it will be a capital account transaction. As per the Foreign Exchange Management Act, Section 2, subsection E. Similarly, if a person who is resident outside India, his asset and liability in India is altered, it will be a capital account transaction. Suppose you are making investment outside India, so it is affecting your asset no, outside India. So investment. Similarly, if you are borrowing from outside India, it will be affecting your liability outside India. So this will be a foreign transaction. Similarly, if a foreigner is making investment in India or he is borrowing from India, it will affect his asset and liability in India. So that will be a foreign capital account transaction. Okay, which should have an impact on asset or liability. So if you are a person resident in India, if it is having an impact on your asset or liability outside India, and if you are a person resident outside India and it is having an impact on your asset or liability in India, it will be a capital transaction and it will be recorded in the capital side of the balance of payment. So it will come here. See investments. If you will see all these things, it is having an impact on assets, investments, borrowing. It is impacting the asset and liability. Borrowing and lending will be asset and liability. Investment is an asset part. So similarly, if it is impacting the asset and liability part, then it will be a capital account transaction. And short-term receipts and payment will be coming under current account part. So difference between the current account is known as current account balance. Then we will have a capital account balance. There will be errors and omission. Obviously, will be that you should adjust for that. Then you will get the reserve position. Okay, it can either be surplus or deficit, and at last your balance of payment will be tally. Okay, so for today we are stopping here. Further we will continue in the next class.